Hi everybody, this video is for people who are in the US on the K1 visa and wait for their green card interview after the adjustment of status. There's a lot of fear mongering going on in the social media. That's why I decided to make this video so you feel safe. First of all, everything is gonna be fine as long as you're not a fraud and you answer the questions the officer tells you honestly. Second of all, I'll just tell my story so that you can compare. So, my interview was 3 days ago. I was in San Jose, California. It was 8 a.m. I was super, super nervous. I read so many stories online and I collected so many documents, even those who are not that are not listed in the letter that you receive. Um, the thing is, I didn't have when you have to go there, you have to make a proof that you have financial liabilities together. That is a bank account together with your spouse, or bills, or the lease. Well, I read that everybody goes there with the bills and the lease and the joint bank account. And I didn't have joint bank account and bills. I just had a lease. That's why I was nervous. So that's that. And in general, I was very nervous because I read that they separate couples and ask questions, and your answers have to be matching and everything. So yeah, I was training my husband on all the anniversaries that we have, and he forgot to go. Well, honestly, it was way too much anxiety, and you really don't have to worry about it that much. We went to the office at 8 a.m. on Friday. Um, you have to be there 15 minutes or 30 minutes prior to the interview. If you come there earlier, they will just not let you in. We came 20 minutes prior, got in. There was like an airport kind of security. So make sure you put the shoes with the socks on because you will have to walk through this gate, whatever, barefoot. Yeah. Then we had, I think the line was not that long. We had like maybe 8 people in front of us. So that's that. The office works from 7:15, I think super early. So there were a lot of people already at 8 a.m. They just ask you the letter that you receive for the interview uh, a month prior. When you come in, you have to present the letter that that you have an interview. Then you get in, and then they have the security check, and then another check of your passports and this letter again, and they give you a little number. We got a number and we waited in the waiting room for like 15 minutes, and then we were called, but I was called alone. My husband was told to wait outside, and I went into the office myself. And it was absolutely, how do I say, it was not hard. I went in, the lady was like stone cold. She didn't smile, she wasn't like super friendly or anything. She was very um serious. And she asked me questions about like general questions like at the form I-485 about the terrorism and all this things. And it lasted about it was actually the longest part. It lasted about 20 minutes. And then she asked me about our story, how we met. And yeah, I told our story, not even full story, like half of the story. And then she said, okay, stop. No. And then she said, okay, approved. And that's it. Nothing crazy. And she didn't ask me for any documents that I brought. I brought a whole pile of documents. I think I have the bag here. So this is my bag of documents. I didn't unpack it. This is my our pictures, our birth certificates, all the stuff in one big bag. It's pretty heavy. But yeah, she didn't ask anything about documents. Nothing at all. So all the stress, all this worries about missing documents and everything was in vain for me. But I'm not saying that you shouldn't bring any documents to the interview. You definitely should, because every officer does the process. Each officer does the process differently. So you have to be prepared just in case. But I had no problems. Like, I told my story and that's it. The only thing after the security questions, the officer asked me my number and I didn't remember it. Yeah, that's it. So don't worry. And then we got the documents, and then the process was over. Then the process was over, and that's it. So don't be scared, don't be worried. It's gonna be just fine. Just be honest and answer all the questions. And yeah, what else? In the beginning of the interview, she asked me to give an oath that I will say the truth. And she told me that I have a right for an attorney, and if I wish to continue. And then I said yes, and then she asked me all the questions. But yeah, it was not scary at all. I think all this preparation process is scarier than the interview itself. If you have any questions, you can write them in the comments. I will answer. And I wish you good luck on your interview.